this is Barbara Calvano, and welcome to Let's Ask the Angels on Blog Talk Radio. Join me now for guidance and messages from the divine to support you on your path to living with mastery. Hello, everyone. It's Barbara Calvano, and welcome to Let's Ask the Angels here on Blog Talk Radio or wherever you listen to the replay on your favorite streaming platform. Thank you, those of you who are with me live today. I'll be getting to you at the end of the show to do mini readings, and it's always a pleasure to be here. I was not here in March. I was dealing with some health issues, nothing traumatic, but I had to pay attention to a lot of details. I was possibly going to have a hip surgery replacement, and it ended up being postponed and even canceled because I found some new information. And then my husband hurt his back. It's not horrible, but it also put a big stop in our lives. And if any of you have had things happen, which many have, you can see how it can, we're going to talk about it today. It can pose a lot of questions for you, a lot of emotions, and it can either bring you down or it can expand who you are. What I mean by that, you can use your situation to learn something new and to even broaden your life. So that's kind of like what went through in March. And today's show, before you go any further even, I want to dedicate it to one of my teachers who had passed away on Saturday. And it's a woman who I studied acting with for 4 years, from 1994 to 1999. And I had turned 40, and I was guided to take acting classes. I was a painter and a dancer beforehand, and I never really used my voice. As you can see, I am doing that now. And I learned a lot from her, not just about acting, but what energy is. And that's a lot what I talk about even today. And she made a huge difference in my life. And some of you may have people who can do that for you, who did that for you. And it's something quite magical. It's a treasure. And it's something that we are very blessed to have, relationships like this. And so if you're new and you don't know me, I am a Barbara Calvano. I'm an angel intuitive. I'm certified in many modalities with angel healing, certification, card reading, and also I've been taking classes in personal development here in the New York City area for over, going on 40 years. So I did turn 70 in February, so I have had an interest in learning, and it's really something that, really, I'm going to say lit me up, made me feel great. Some people might like to go to a ball game or something that just really makes you have a lot of fun. I find learning about human beings really, really fascinating and enjoyable. And I bring that into my sessions when I do one-on-one readings with people. So that being said, we will miss her physical presence dearly. But, when there's someone who has been a great energy in your life, even when they're gone, that energy stays with you. It's quite magical. The energy stays with you. A pet, someone that you really loved a lot. The physical presence may not be there, but the energy, if you let yourself be peaceful, you can really connect with that energy, and it never goes away. And then there are some people who pass on that you don't remember that much because they didn't impact you. They didn't, I'm going to say perhaps they didn't fulfill all that they came here to do. Or that's all they came here to do, was to come and go. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that why I like to teach about connecting with your angels, energy basically. You get to expand your experience of being alive. You get to expand what it is to be alive today, what it feels like to be a human being. And there are a lot of parts of being a human being that don't feel so great. And there's a whole other side that's like kind of like living, I want to say like living in Disneyland, though I've never been there, but being able to see the possibility, the miracle in everything. And I'm telling you, when you find the right teachers and the right group of friends who are also interested in that, your life continues to grow and expand as you get older. And that's one of the things that's helped me with my health, because health is so dependent on your happiness and more, which I'll talk about. So again, with the readings for this month, I'm using a brand new deck called the Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper. Now, this is a really advanced deck, and what do I mean by that? Each deck that I have, which I have probably about 200, 300 by now, each one is like a different frequency, a different radio station, a different TV channel. It has a different energy feeling, a different a show. It's like on a TV channel or a radio show. It has a different message that it wants to communicate. And given it's designed by the author and also the artist, you're going to feel it's really like experiencing a brand new flower each and every deck that you get. I can teach you how to become sensitive to this also. Some of you may be sensitive but not know how to utilize your sensitivity. So this is an incredible deck. And her book, The Golden Future, The Golden Future, Diana Cooper, is a roadmap of what we might expect for the next few years going into 2032. Not like it's the exact thing that's going to happen, like a prediction, but you and I can see pretty much there's big changes happening, big changes in our small communities all the way into the global communities. There are a lot of eruptions. And what's happening? We are molding, transforming the world. Some of us may not see it in our lifetime, but it's going for the better. And sometimes when you're going to get well, you're going to get better. Sometimes you got to get sick first. That which is has been diseased and that which has been, suppressed, and it's coming to the surface to get well. It's going to take something. In other words, what I'm saying, it could be trying times. So that's why I am coming out with a free PDF on spiritual toolkit. What is in your spiritual toolkit? What do you need to be prepared and not like to be afraid, but what is the best way to use your life right now while you're navigating these big changes that affect us physically, economically? And for the dear young people who are trying to create a future, you may be able to help guide them even better, because we are in probably the biggest change on the planet since human beings have been walking, in so many words. So it looks like stuff is happening, and I'm telling you, it's really happening. And it puts us into two categories. Either we are filled with a lot of fear, or we are filled with at least curiosity, knowing we can question things, we can allow ourselves to be open, and that may allow us to actually tap into love, even while we feel like we're in survival. So those are two ways, either love or fear. So that's why I'm here. That I'm here to guide you, to educate you, and to give readings, to give sessions that really will support you in your life with what you want to create. Because as soon as you state it, you can at least bring it up to full consciousness. Your angels, your higher power of your own understanding, all come to support you. And just like when I turned 40 and I said, man, I never wanted to be an actor, but I'm guided to take acting classes. And I found the right teacher, the perfect teacher for me. And I stayed again for 4 years. I felt like I got an undergraduate degree, but some people can stay a lifetime with a teacher. I felt like I learned so much. And I actually began working almost right away as a working actor here in New York City. I worked on almost all the major television shows and all the films that were being shot here and filmed here in New York City at the time. And so I really came out of my little box of being someone who couldn't use their voice to ended up working at least annually at Radio City Music Hall, at different awards events, and it just really changed me. Did it make me healthier? Absolutely, because I took a risk that affected my mind, my heart, and that affected my physicality. So that I could say today at age 70, yeah, I have a little arthritis in the hip, but that's about it. That's about it. Most of my health is really, really strong and radiant because I keep going towards what fulfills me. And do I do things that I need to do to make a living sometimes? Absolutely. That may not be so fulfilling? Absolutely. But because I have what I would call a context, the bigger picture of why I'm alive, I always feel supported and guided and held by a nice, beautiful force versus being up against them. And you meet people and their job is, it's them against them, or you know what I'm talking about. Having to go through life feeling like you're fighting something. No, am I against a lot of things in the world that are not supporting people? Absolutely, passionately. But I've learned how to focus myself, channel my anger and my passion instead of penting it up inside. So let's go with the reading for the month of April. And I might be on more often. We're going to see. And again, follow me at bcalvanocoaching.com to learn about more things that I'm offering this year to really support us as we go through this time, especially this year and especially this month. So the first card is the 12 chakras, and I've talked about this before. You can find a YouTube video on it more. I'll be continuing to teach about the 12 chakras and why 12 chakras. You've heard about 7, but because more and more people have allowed themselves to advance, to open up to the next frequency, meaning invite more love in, release more anger and fear, a frequency has risen up. 12 chakras. When you have these 12 centers of energy in your body activated, you know where they are. One starts below your feet, deep within the earth. The other is way above your head, where the source energy enters your body. The whole system, it's like a railway system, a transportation system. The energy flows more gracefully. The energy flows instead of being stuck in your stomach area, stuck in your neck, where you can't talk or find the right words, stuck in your mind, where you feel confused all the time, can't think clearly. Any number of things. Or your heart, the energy stuck in your heart center, where you can't allow love in. And you so desperately want to attract love, but you know you may not trust as much as you might be able to, you might wish. So these are energy centers in our body, and when they flow freely, and they continue to grow and activate almost like plants, you feel more grounded, less fearful, more appreciative of being in your life right now, just today, enjoying today as if today was the most incredible day of your life, despite what's in your bank account, what's going on in your personal life, et cetera, et cetera. Being present, being enlightened, being in this moment as the greatest gift that ever was, and even to the point where you can experience this moment as all the moments, that there's only one moment. So all of this is things that I talk about, even in my art project, which is called the Jobutsu Project. It's all inclusive right now. It's about how can you have enlightenment in this lifetime without hiding in the cave and meditating or having to follow a special diet or doing this special chant or something like that. How could you actually experience the angels' presence in your life moment to moment? Because what would that do for you? I'm telling you, you'd feel less stress, clear, grounded, appreciating today, appreciating our lives. So the first card is the 12 chakras, and here it says, from the Golden Future Oracle by Diana Cooper, this card reminds you that every single choice you make affects the light your chakras emit. And again, I describe what your chakras are, energy centers. You know, if you're not feeling so great in your stomach area, you're probably not going to feel so much that you want to participate in your life. Or you have headaches all the time. It could be any sensation you have in your body is correlated to an energy center or chakra. And there are ways in which you can heal yourself naturally. So Archangel Metatron is overseeing your ascension process. That means your growth and that of the planet. He watches over as your 12 fifth dimensional chakras move into place, open, and are activated. When this happens, you live in peace, love, and cooperation with others, and with integrity and good intentions, and make choices that are harmless and supportive. Your guidance is to check that you are living in accordance with the highest principles of each chakra. Now, what does that mean? We'll just go to one. We'll go to your heart. Heart disease is predominant with a lot of people who have heartache, or their heart was broken in a sense. Disappointment. It could have been with career, could have been with loved ones. But they harbor it, they protect it, they don't examine it. When we take the courage to examine these emotions, these incidences, we actually can let them go. Yeah, that's what happens. We can let them go so that they're not constricting our arteries, constricting our blood vessels. So paying attention to what do you feel in your heart. You may really dislike your work and you know you want to change it, but you feel that you have to survive it for the pension. What could you do? What could you do with this situation? Or maybe create a whole new situation? There's so many choices we can make, but we're not trained to do that. And if you surround yourself with people, you might even tend to attract the same energy of people as us. So if you want to change, you might have to find a whole new circle of friends or colleagues at work. Now, that's how it works. And most people don't have the courage to do that, or the discipline, or the persistence, or the desire. So continuing here, your guidance is to check in that you're living in accordance with the highest principles of each chakra. Then tune into Archangel Metatron. Consciously open your chakras and ask him to run his orange golden light through them into the earth. He reminds you that you act with higher consciousness, you automatically attract abundance and support from the universe. So when you act from the highest consciousness, and that speaks a lot about forgiveness, then you actually begin to attract abundance. So some people think, well, why am I not attracting this or that? We need to take a look at how's our thinking. What are we holding on to? Who are we resentful against? Who are we harboring these resistances, resentments with, bitterness? Yeah, it takes a lot of work. But you know what? The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you do it, the easier it gets. There will be people who go to their graves with their potential intact. Their potential for experiencing life as great, incredible. They may not do that because they're covering up their heart, harboring too many resentments and anger. So it's kind of like an interesting game, this play of consciousness. You're in this human body, you're going through life, and you can do two things. You can close off, or you can just do that thing that can feel so uncomfortable, like me at my first acting class where I was standing in front of the people trying to do my lines and shaking in my boots and crying literally at one point because it was so terrifying. And at one point I'm thinking, why am I doing this? My spirit was bringing me along to expand myself so I could be more comfortable in front of people. A big, big thing in this world, to be comfortable in front of strangers and people and speak your truth. I learned how to do that. It's something that I learned how to do, and it gave me so much health, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, because I challenged myself with that. So that is the thing about allowing yourself to really embrace all your energy centers, because your energy centers will speak to you. They'll, it's holistic. It's part of who you are. You're not just this body that gets a headache and you take a pill. If anything, the more prescription drugs you take, you could very well block your ability to hear what the intuition is, the message is, because you are putting chemicals in, and you can numb yourself also. That's another way to block your chakras, block your messages, that you actually prevent your own healing. So let me go to the next card. It's Illumined Masters. And what I like about this card, it talks about be a spreader of love. So the first card was follow your ascension path. Ascension meaning your spiritual growth. Ascension meaning continuing to expand your energy. Now, some people may come to my radio show expecting a simple how to answer, what is the answer of my life? The answer to anyone's life is expand your energy, which includes how could you listen more carefully to the angels that are already speaking to you, already giving you messages? How can you make decisions being in partnership with the universe already at your side? How can you access that partnership, right? So it's work, but again, it's work that is so fulfilling versus being like a numb or being like this human being, kind of like, I'm not going to say a blob, but you're going through life and you just want people to spoon feed you everything to make it easier. Now, children, babies need that. They need to be spoon fed. But one of the things we forget to do as we get older is to continue to feed ourselves. Find teachers, find information, not just go to school, get a job, retire, and sit there and suffer. And suffer mostly because you're not tapped into the unlimited potential of information that is flowing around in the universe that wants to come to you, that wants to be fluid with you, to support you and I. So this card is about that, the Illumined Masters. There are thousands of Illumined Masters who have ascended into higher dimensions and are now guiding us on Earth. In the golden future, when the veils between the earthly and the spiritual realms are thin, they will actually be seen walking amongst the people of the planet. They will be spreading pure love that will fully open the hearts of all humans and animals. The flow of love between people will also be tangible. Some of you already see this. I know I do. There are people here already. You can tell that they're living masters. Is every person who is in an organized church an Illumined Master? No. But you might search around and you might find one. And keep searching and looking. No institution is perfect. They're all man-made. But some of our guided Illumined Masters, and what I mean by Illumined Masters, they're people who have opened themselves up, opened their hearts up to experience life on its fullest and go through the training program, which means part of becoming expanded, ascended, illumined is that facing your own darkness. Facing your own darkness. And anyone who's walking around as a high-level teacher, like my wonderful acting teacher who passed on, or wonderful friends who I consider true masters, some yoga teachers, they have allowed themselves to go through the fire. And what I mean by the fire, if you really want something, you have to be willing to face every single obstacle that's going to come its way. That's just how it goes. And it becomes a play of consciousness, almost like a game, because you learn that being in it, really being in it, is much, much more fulfilling than sitting on the sidelines and complaining about life. There's two ways to do life. Sitting on the sidelines, complaining, or being in it 100% where it's not easy. It is just not easy. But when you are in it, you feel alive. You learn to feel supported, and you feel great love. So that is the Illumined Master. So when this card of love comes to you, it calls on you to examine the deepest recesses of your heart. I spoke about that earlier. When we examine the deepest recesses of our heart, we might see things we don't like to see. We might find out that we really don't like this one person that we've been pretending, a family member. My God, how could that be? But there could be things that we experienced as children where we just had to park it, put it aside in order to survive. And everyone in their own way has done the best that they could, best that they can. Everyone. And we learn to see this, and we learn to bring some forgiveness. Everyone has done the best that they can. And then we look at ourselves. What kind of people do we want to be? What kind of people do we want to be? So when this card of love comes to you, it calls on you to examine the deepest recesses of your heart. Remember that without ego, there's only love. Pull back the veils of illusion from your eyes and see all your actions and those of others with the eyes of compassion. View all relationships, situations, and circumstances through a prism of love. Set yourself free through understanding and acceptance. Open yourself up and let love flow. And this can even include some of us who've been too nice to people. I recently saw there was someone who really, really was so mean to me with an email about my work, my psychic work, my angel work. It was so mean and so angry that I'm telling you guys, for about 3 months, I was like in tears. It really was like a major train wreck for me. What I saw was that it helped me heal all the parts of my childhood where I was bullied, because this person's energy was pure bullying. And me, afterwards, I gave it a few months, and I let this person back in my life. What I saw today is I never had to do that. It's okay to push people away, give them grace, send them prayers. You don't have to let them back in your life. And I did, because I thought I was supposed to do that. I thought I was supposed to let people who really, really hurt me back in my life. Again, I can keep them in my heart, but no, do I need to let them be in my circle of friends. And that's what I learned this lesson. And as of April 1st, you can be sure it's done. I won't be doing that again. But I had to go through that because I didn't know how to have boundaries in that manner. I let people who abused me emotionally back in my life because I thought I was supposed to do that. Duh, you don't have to do that. So here's when we just had the celebration of Easter, and Christianity and Jesus, when I speak of it, is not so much from the church point of view, but from a spiritual point of view. So here we say Lord Jesus is now the bringer of cosmic love. And you can experience this Christ consciousness without it intertwining with any church ideology or structures that make you uncomfortable. It should not make you uncomfortable when you are allowing the presence of Christ consciousness within you. He is the spokesperson for the Intergalactic Council. This is the name of a group of people, 12, who oversee and support protection and love. And when you learn to connect with these higher beings, and including Lord Jesus, in a way that's pure, not adulterated by any structures of church, there's no condemning of people. It's a very, very different energy. It's really, really healing. So take a deep breath and feel the unconditional love burst any locks on your heart. Love yourself and prepare to be a spreader of unconditional love in the new golden age. The new golden age, the next few years, the next few decades, however age you are, we will be seeing a lot more chaos. Again, not to bring fear, but the highest potential that you could bring forth is become a beacon of love, however that looks for you. Some of you are teachers, some of you just are retired, some of you are business owners, students. Learn what love means to you and know that you have as much potential as this incredible teacher I spoke about, or anyone that you really admire that is someone who spreads love in a powerful, supporting, compassionate way. Illumined Master includes you and I. And the next card, which is quite interesting, is Free Energy. Be a powerhouse. Free energy. So when I talked earlier about the 12 chakras, those energy centers that start below your feet and move all the way up, 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 above your head, and then down through your body again. When your body, physical body, is activated, meaning you're aware of every energy center in your body, bringing awareness to that center also brings in energy, frequency, vibration. I remember there was a time I was afraid to be psychic. I had this fear of seeing. It could be from past lives. Then I did the work, and now I'm not afraid to see. Some of you might be able to relate to that. Opening your third eye is going to help you see everything, all the good, all the bad. What happens is that you don't have to react to it. You can just observe. And that's what it is to really activate your third eye. So, free energy. The high priest taught that every single thing on the planet was connected and responded to particular vibrations, allowing energy to flow. High vibration objects raise the frequency of everything around them. So a simple crystal, quartz crystal, I recommend a Lemurian crystal. Find one at your local metaphysical store. It does not have to be huge, does not have to be expensive. You can get something for $20. You can learn to program it just like your computer. You can learn to program it, meaning you're doing a meditation, you feel awesome, great. There's a certain feeling that you have. You can imbibe that. You can point it towards your crystal, and it actually holds it. So that when you hold the crystal, you're laying in bed and you can't sleep and you just need to hold it. You need something to help you relax instead of taking a swig of Jack Daniels or, some pills. You can hold a crystal that's been programmed, and just hold it and squeeze it. Just hold it in the palm of your hand. You actually experience your blood pressure calming down, your heart rate slowing down, and being peaceful. There's so much we can do with crystals, and that's a small thing, but it's a huge thing for this day and age. So now Thoth is reminding you to honor the planet by using your power carefully and by choosing ecological forms whenever possible. Bless and be grateful for all that you do use. Another thing is talking about cluttering. So it could just be reorganizing your books, giving away things, taking a look at, there's whatever is in your life that needs to be decluttered, that has accumulated a lot. That's an area that if you bring some order to it, some balance to it, you're going to actually feel the frequency of peace, and that affects your health. That empowers your health. So declutter your life, your home, your relationships, your thoughts and emotions, so that your personal chi, that's your life force energy, can flow freely. By doing this, you are helping to prepare humanity for the ecological power of the golden future. Now you're thinking, what do you mean if I declutter my house? That's going to affect the whole planet and the future of the planet? Yeah. You start seeing yourself as part of the whole thing. Start seeing yourself as a pinnacle of energy, a vortex. Start seeing yourself not just a bag of bones with muscle and blood, this human being that we are, a physical form, but you're actually a holder of frequency. And that when you make specific changes in your diet, in your exercise, in your choosing of friends, your work, you are affecting your life, of course. But that impacts around you, the people around you, your community, and in the world. So you do this with consciousness. There are many hundreds of people around you, thousands of people who may not be choosing this. They may just be like the raging bull going through the china shop in life. They're just pushing through life the best that they can, most of them unconscious. but then you decide to be a conscious human being. And that is courageous, and that is grace, that you see the possibility, because many do not see that as possible. So, we're talking about discernment. This is coming from your third eye and your crown chakra. These are the energy centers that when they're activated, meaning you see that there's questions that I go through when I do an activation with people. You can learn about what are the questions that I need to be looking at for my crown chakra to be fully activated. And it may be about connecting to and allowing messages to come from your higher power. Again, most of people are unconscious, but today, going into the future, we are more and more people on a day-to-day basis are what we call popping. They're waking up. They're going, I think it's time to try that yoga class. And why yoga? Like, is it for the physical fitness and whatnot? It's all of it. Learning how to breathe. Be one of the people that learns how to breathe and walk amongst the people who don't know how to breathe. Guess what might just happen? They might experience your calmness, your peace. We have the possibility of transforming the planet, not dependent on your college degrees, your certifications, and all that, not depending on what color skin you have, where you came from, being exactly where you're at, being to look at yourself exactly where you're at, and begin to ask for support in partnership to live for the greater good. And that's your own greater good, too. That includes you attracting abundance, the means, the necessary monies and jobs to support you, so that you can work with the health practitioners that you want to work with, buy the food and supplements that you need. You may learn to give up on things that you thought were important. You don't need that $800 handbag when you could put that money into something else. You may not need that Botox or the face filler because you realize that that's in the end is not going to bring you the kind of fulfillment that really matters to you. So this whole voyage of being a human being, empowering your health, your mind, body, spirit, right? That's what we're looking at. I'm going to do a whole workshop on that. Follow me at bcalvanocoaching.com so you can, and join me at it. I'm going to be scheduling it in the near future. But it really is about mind, body, and spirit all working together that will give you the health where you don't need to be taking all these medications. You'll learn to trust what you need to say to your doctor, what questions you may need to ask. So earlier this month, I was slated to have a hip replacement surgery because I was ready to go. My hip had been bothering me for a few years. And I said, okay, if this is a solution, I'll do it. And then a couple of days before, I said, I don't think I need to do this. And I followed my guidance, and I found the right new and different yoga poses that I never tried before. And it's giving me so much pain relief. And I'll get my money back from my insurance company that I paid for the surgery, et cetera, et cetera. I'll do everything I have to do. But I took a moment to ask every question, go down every tunnel of looking at what gives me really grace and ease. Do I need to do this right now, chop the top of my leg off and put titanium in it? I don't think so. And then my husband hurt his back, and I was able to be present to everything that he had to do to keep his business running and to go with that, and instead of just freaking out. And a lot of that has to do with keeping my chakras open, meaning my energy centers, my body's peaceful. I'm not stuck in fear. And I can hear and see what to do next. So that is my whole thing right now. So communication is what it's all about. Communication. Communication is the key to health. Communicating between you and your inner self, you and your guides, you and the world, which includes doctors and people who will say, do this, don't do that, do this. Learning to really be powerful in the midst of what you need to deal with. And know that the angels support you to your highest decision, the one that will really be the best one for you. So again, a workshop is coming later on that. Right now I'm going to do my mini readings with you. And you can listen to this whole session that I just gave again if you wanted to get it more clarification. And you can always email me if you have any questions. And that's at my website, bcalvanocoaching.com. So before I do the mini card readings, what is an angel card reading? I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to connect with your energy, and then I'll just choose a card that feels the right energy for you. And I have had readings where one card, one reading, I changed everything in my life. But, you know, I'm not going to be telling you how to get the lottery numbers. I'm not going to tell you which job is better than another job or, you know, whatever. Most of those actions are going to be, how do I say, dependent on you. You need to do is why we connect with the angels. We connect with the angels to help them guide you on the actions that you need to take in your life. All right? So I don't, you know, when I was going to find a husband at age 35, my angels didn't tell me what he looked like, et cetera, et cetera. I had to have the courage to really want to be in a relationship, number one, and have the courage to speak it to the world and have the courage to go to where I was guided to meet him. And those are the things that I did 35 years ago. So here we go with our readings. Again, I'm not going to tell you your future. I'm not a fortune teller, but I can pull a card for you to give you the energy that you need today, given the situation that you're dealing with. Okay, so area code 708. What is your name and how can I help you? Hello there.
Hi there, Barbara. It's Barbara.
Hi.
And I'm calling from Chicago.
Oh, wonderful.
And I would like you to pull a card and let me know what it says.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what spirit, how on target spirit is.
Okay.
I say that jokingly. They're always right.
I was going to reply with a joke, but it wouldn't be. It's about a reading that I did for someone at a psychic fair, but I'm not going to talk about it today. Let's just say spirit challenges you a lot when you're ready to expand. Hello, I had it. I had to laugh when it happened, but anyway, here we go. And for you, I'm using today one of my favorite decks, the Angel Tarot. We have King of Earth. It says, Barbara, a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities being offered to you. The Midas touch. Generous, professional, responsible, practical is describing you and describing a person coming into your life. Key words here, my dear, is the Midas touch. So you have this, we know what the Midas touch is. Whatever you touch turns to gold. So I would take that and I would run with it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think it's time.
Okay. So blessings to you, because I hear it whenever I give a reading. I hear it for myself too. Like I'm finishing my book. I've been procrastinating. Like just do it. So whatever it is for you, you know, there are hundreds of thousands of angels and illumined masters ready to support you on whatever it is. So you get to just say, yes, I'm ready, and just on a daily basis, you take those small actions, period. Okay?
That sounds good. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for listening today. Okie dokie. You need to go to my next caller, area code 770. What is your name and how may I help you today? Hello there. Thank you for listening today. Okie dokie. You need to go to my next caller, area code 770. Okay, so I'm getting a delay. Hello there. Are you there? Hello. Hi there.
Hi, my name is Maddie.
Hi, Maddie.
And I'm here in hot Atlanta.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have the remote on.
Okay.
I have the volume up.
Okay.
I'm here in Hot Atlanta.
So after
Yeah,
you
what do
ask
the
your
angels have to tell me?
Okay. So what I'm going to do, Maddie, I'm going to put you on mute so I don't hear the background when I'm talking. Okay.
I just turned it off.
There you go. Good. All right. So let's see what we have for you today. It's interesting hearing my echo. Okay, here we are. Okay, here we go. So we have Earth again, and I love this because we're in April here in North America, so spring is really, really happening everywhere. Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So I love this for you. It's a number 1 of Earth, a beginning sense, but I love the inflow of abundance. So abundance could also be ideas, and it could be money. It could be partnerships. But it looks like you've created that opening so the flow can come to you, okay? And a promising business venture. So whether you have the idea already or it's coming to you, you may have the idea already. And you do have important documents or contracts. So you want to read everything. You want to make sure you just read everything and learn more about what you're creating. And that's what we have here for you. But what I really love is that the inflow, you have made yourself and to allow it to come into you, to come at you. So just keep being peaceful and loving and compassionate and grateful, and that flow will continue. And I say to anybody and to you, if you don't understand something, ask the angels to help give you guidance or illumination. Say, or you could even say, that was a great call with Barbara, but I need to know for sure, is this a message that works for me? And keep your eyes and ears open, and you're going to see something that's really going to confirm it, okay? And that's how we really begin to connect powerfully with the guides around us, so that what we're doing, we have that sense of comfort and peace, right? And we can live with not knowing exactly what's happening, but you're certain that as long as you're open and willing and you take the small actions, the inflow of information and things just start flowing to you. And just stay, I say this to you, the angels are saying, stay present. It's like the affirmation, I expect miracles. I expect miracles. And just let that be who you are. And people around you may not be that, but just you know who you are. I expect miracles because that's what I do. This is what I do personally, Barbara. So it's something we can choose. That yes, I expect miracles, and you're deserving. So that's what I have for you today. Okay.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. And just Ace of Earth. It's a beautiful, beautiful card.
Are you able to pull another one for me? Is that too much?
Oh, I have to go on to the next person.
Okay, I had a question about someone. Okay. Thank you so much, Barbara. That was very enlightening. I'm going to listen to that over and over. Thank you again.
Very good.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the next caller, and the one I just spoke to, take what I just gave you and apply that to your other question and see that you very well may be getting the answer to your question. And I don't do readings for other people. I only do for the person who's calling in. And hello there, area code 805. What is your name? How can I help you? Hello there.
Oh, hi. Just a minute. Just a second, please. Thank you. Hi, this is Donna.
Hi, Donna. Doing great. How can I help you today?
Good. Well, I want to know what the angels are saying about my finances.
Okay.
Because they're not too good right now, and
Okay. So the first question I have for you from them in supporting you is, are you, I'm just going to say what's there. Watch what you're spending your money on. Watch and there's the other thing, the prices of things can be higher in other places in different parts of the country, things right now. If you have a question about how to earn more money, you might want to listen to what the angels have for you with that. They may have been giving you suggestions already, and you want to pay attention to what they are. For some people it might be to get another job, a part-time job, or it may be to ask for a raise, or it could be, something like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of retired.
Okay.
And I'm on a income, and if I work, then I'm on housing, and the housing will go up, and then it just doesn't make sense. You see?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So just pay attention.
Through God, maybe windfall or something like that. I've entered different raffles, and I used to be very lucky. I've won many, many, many things, and I hope that comes back to me again.
Okay, well, let me just say what the card says here, because I don't tend to point people in that direction, but here you got the Sun. So you have Archangel Uriel, and you have happy outcome. You have brilliant new ideas that lead to success, and have confidence in yourself. So something is telling me that, yes, that's one route you could do, but in order to enter raffles and things, sometimes you have to pay out money in order to get something back, right? If you do lotto tickets or whatnot.
I did. I went $75 for me and $75 for my sister.
Okay. Well, so I don't tend to do like this. What this card is saying is this: brilliant new ideas that lead to success. So you might very well get an idea that with that $75 that you put down, you might be able to pay for a course or something that's going to give you $7,500 back or more. You know, it's more about you not depending on luck, but more on you, who you are and what value you have to give to the world. And it says have confidence in yourself. So this card is really a powerful card that if you take heart and look at, instead of putting the money down for kind of like a gamble, you might want to take a look at, have you been getting any messages about learning something new that you thought about, maybe it was even from childhood or years ago, that you could apply yourself? Now, I don't understand, how the monies work, that if you earn it, whatnot, but if you're spending, but you don't want to be, how do I say? I'm going to say it because the angels have to say it. You have a lot more. There are a lot more possibilities than you realize than gambling. Okay, because that way, that's when you give your power away. What we're saying, little money that you have, you might invest in something and find out what you could do with integrity that keeps your rent and all those things in the correct manner, but not dependent on throwing money away, because sometimes gambling is throwing money away, period.
Right. Yeah,
so you might want to take a look, and maybe it is reading, it could be spending that money on a book or two or a course, or reading. Say you had a reading with someone that really gave you in depth what's going on with you, that you might want to take a look at instead of spending the rest of your life doing it this way. Okay? Because there's nothing wrong with it, because a lot of people do it, but it's just that when I see someone down at the corner doing, $20, $30, $50, $100 worth of scratch-offs, they could invest that in a course where they could learn something and then apply themselves. And does that sound like work? Hell yeah, it's work. But it is your confidence of who you are as a human being that's going to create something so fulfilling and so much more dependable than on, throwing, I'm not going to say throwing your money away, but taking a chance like that. Okay?
Yeah.
Like taking a chance. And, so we really that's what the angels want you to see, is that you get this card. This is one of the luckiest cards in the deck, the Sun. You have Uriel. And I don't know if you like sunflowers, but sunflowers are like lucky flower, happy outcome. You could very well be the person who has the big win, okay? You could very well be that person.
Oh, yeah, my astrology shows that I'm very, very lucky. Yeah.
So you have that, my dear, but I don't want you to blow your food money or money that you spend on supplements and vitamins on that. But you got this card that you could very well be the person who has the big win. So I'm just going to say that, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, girl. I got to go, but yeah, you got the happy outcome. So,
All right.
You stay open with that, and take a look at also about having confidence in other areas too in your life too. That's what we want to look at. All right.
Okay, I will do. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Because someone who's like you who can attract the big win, you could apply that. You could apply that to a business, a self business, and you could blow it out of the water. So I want to just say that. So you have that magic connection to the universe already. Well, man, what if you could bring that into something else that even blows your mind? So that's what the angel message is for you today. It's one thing just to make the money. It's another thing like, what if that applied to you're the next top seller at Mary Kay, or I don't know what. I'm just saying stuff, right? You could be something even more than you realize because you already have that. That's what the angels want you to know today. Okay?
Oh, great. Thank you. So glad I
Okay, my dear. Okay. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, doke. So that was our hour today. Thank you so much, everyone. And again, we'll see you soon. Listen to the replay. Join me at my YouTube channel, Barbara Calvano 444, for past videos and talks that I've done. And join me with your email and my newsletter, and you'll find out what else that I'm up to. Have a glorious, glorious day, my friends. Thank you so much for listening today.